Okay, so good morning, everybody. It's Sharnee Bennett from the Power of Online Marketing, and I just wanted to just let me get rid of a couple of these things. Okay, I just wanted to do a really quick video for you guys because we're getting a lot of questions lately about how to get your online marketing working, and it's like one of those things where if you kind of have an understanding of the big picture, then you can have, you can sort of work out what you need to do if you actually had the map of what to do. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just share my screen here and basically step you through the important things that you need to know and understand when it comes to your business. All right, so the first thing is there's three funnels that you need. You don't need a whole pile of complicated challenging funnels that are hard to set up and hard to maintain. All right, you need three funnels. Okay, funnel one, funnel two, and funnel three. Okay, so why would we have these funnels in the first place? Like, even if we just take a step back and sort of say, okay, why would we even need these funnels? All right, so over here, you have your website, and say up here is all the people. All right, if you've got a website already, then I want you to have a think about how many people you actually convert from your website. Like, how many visitors, like what are your numbers? And how many conversions do you get? And when I say conversions, I mean a conversion to email, a conversion to a phone call, a conversion to an appointment, and a conversion to a sale, like a direct sale. All right, so that's what I mean by conversions. So I want you to have a think for a moment about your own website, your own setup, and ask yourself, how many visitors am I getting and how many conversions am I getting? All right. If you don't know the answer to that question, like you don't know how many visitors you're getting, then ultimately you're still learning how to do this stuff. That's like, if you're not acutely aware of how many visitors you have, then you're still like learning this stuff. And it's one of those things where you really need to get clear, that you really do need to get clear on how much traffic you have right now, and then how many conversions you're missing out on. All right, so if you get clear on the picture, you can get honest with yourself, I guess, about where your starting point is. Okay, the next thing, all right, so with the funnels are meant to be a bridge, I guess, between all of these people and ultimately these conversion events. All right, so with a website, if we sort of just forget that for a minute and just say they don't work, right? They just fundamentally are set up as a branding exercise, and they're nice for authority, they're nice for branding, all of those lovely soft fluffy things. But when it comes to these, conversion events, like actually getting results, that, usually they're not so effective at that. All right, so these funnels here are designed to be a bridge between the people and these conversion events. All right, so I'm just going to put, with all of these things, the goal is to have, a conversion, right? And they will always be in the flavor of an email. It's actually nothing wrong with a phone call, but if you can sort of automate it, then that's obviously a bit easier as well. All right, so let's bring in our conversion events here. Okay, so we've got our emails, conversion to email, our conversion to phone call, and a conversion to appointment, and a conversion to sale. Okay, so they're our conversion events, guys. And with each of the funnels, that's really what we are looking for, right? We're looking for those conversion layers. All right, let's make it look a little bit pretty. Okay, so thinking about these as your bridge, right? What are the three funnels and what are their purposes? All right, so the first type of funnel you want to implement is a client acquisition funnel. All right, because this is like the first entry point people have into your business. This is the first entry point. This is how they come to meet you for the first time. Like this is like the start of everyone coming into the funnel, all right? And so client acquisition is literally like, what can we put here on the front end that will enable us to get this conversion event, all right? So in this case here, you know, you might have heard of the concept of a lead magnet. Let me spell that right. A lead magnet and an opt-in. Okay, so they're like the two things that make this work. Okay, now we're not making our millions here on this funnel, on this front end here. You know, the first goal of this is literally like how to get an email address. That's the main thing we're caring about here. If you're trying to get a sale right up front here, this might be why things aren't working. Because if someone's just meeting your business for the first time or meeting you for the first time, they don't really know you yet. So you want to have something fairly low risk, not low risk. It's a low asking point here. You're not asking for the world here. You're just asking for the start of the relationship, okay? And so the client acquisition funnel is absolutely key to your business changing. Like that's the start of your business changing. If you don't have that in place, that means that the likelihood is you don't have a stream of leads and emails that you're talking to every single week or day, okay? So yeah, that's really our outcome. That's our goal, the getting the email address, and the goal of client acquisition is to acquire a client for the first time, okay? Now, the second type of funnel is our monetization funnel, okay? This is like the bread and butter signature part of the business, okay? This is how you want to be making your income goals, all right? This is like the main machinery of the business, and it's like the main way that you monetize whatever it is that you're doing. And the two ways we want to do that is really through a webinar funnel or a sales funnel, a sales page funnel. All right, so those two things can work separately or together for the main monetization funnel part of your business. The goal here is to, again, you can actually get emails here as well, but we're actually more interested in sales. All right, this is more of a sales funnel. And, you know, depending on whatever your income goals are, whether that's 10 grand a month or 20 grand a month or 100 grand a month, you just need to sort of work backwards from there about, you know, how many people you actually need coming through this funnel to actually reach those income goals, okay? But this funnel here is once people come into the client acquisition funnel, then they move into the monetization funnel, all right? So I like here the whole concept of an automated webinar, okay? This is where you basically set up a webinar and you sell straight on that webinar, basically $1,000 offering or a $500 offering, or, you know, anything higher, anything lower than $2.5 grand basically can be put onto this piece. And so the automated webinar funnel, the point of the webinar is, you know, some people get really, you know, sort of stressed out about all this stuff. The point of the webinar is to educate first, and then have people, you know, see possibility and for them to basically buy, you know, because you can't help, if you're doing a business and you're helping people, then really if you're good at what you do, then you really owe it to yourself to get these things working, so that people can actually see, you can actually help them. If you have a brick wall here and no one is actually coming into your business model at all, like, let me just draw that like a black brick wall. If you've got no one coming into your business online, I'm just talking about online, guys, not so much your offline market, just online. If you don't have people coming into your business on a daily, weekly basis, then your business is going to be hard. Like, that's what it's going to be harder to get things off the ground. Like that's when you really have to rely on those referral networks and all of that sort of stuff to try and get the sales. All right, so we've got funnel 1, client acquisition, how to bring people into your business model. And then we have a monetization funnel. Now, for most of you, this is all you need, okay? You don't need anything more fancy than this. This is like the extent of it. But there is another funnel, the funnel 3, and that is really what we call the extension funnel, okay? That's where people come into your business model and they've gone through your monetization piece, right? So they have bought from you here. The goal of the extension funnel is to get people to buy more and to buy again, okay? So this is really like how to take an existing client and to really kind of triple the value of that client, like serve them more, serve them at a higher level, you know, take them on a journey, take clients on a journey, have people buy more, and then have people buy again. And then find more people just like that. That's the goal of the extension funnel. Now, that is, again, you can do that through webinars and sales funnels. Like these are just really sales pages set up to sell a product or service, or a webinar designed to train and educate people so that they understand you and your business and ultimately make a sale. All right, so really we're using the same type of machinery here, except that it's more advanced because we're taking clients on a journey. Like I'll give you an example if I can see it quickly here. Just give me a second. Here it is. All right, so we have like a bunch of automations with our funnels, and what we do is we actually take people through a set of all of these sort of, what do you call it, decision points. You know, so we look at our leads and we say, okay, has the person come through the cheat sheet? You know, have they come through our client acquisition funnel first? And then once they come through that funnel, our goal, this is why this is a goal in the automation, our goal is to have them move into our monetization funnels, right? So here we are literally just trying to get people to move into the monetization funnels. And then our goal is to have them move up into the extension funnels. So we do that through another automation. But look, you know, at the end of the day, going through this sort of stuff, this is sort of the next level of taking this sort of stuff and just supercharging it. So this is like maybe, you know, a high ticket webinar funnel, you know, the Russ Ruffino model, or it could be a product launch model, which is the Jeff Walker style product launch funnel, or even just another automated evergreen webinar. I mean, or just a sales page, you know, a sales page is, you know, all Russell Brunson uses to sell the inner circle mostly. You know, it's just a really well put together page promoting what he wants to do. So these are sales pages. So the goal here is to really, I guess, leverage our existing monetization funnels, and really, by this time, you really just want to 4 times what you're currently doing per month. This is per month, guys. You really just want to take what you're doing here existingly, and if you can, it's probably more likely this will do this. You know, to actually get to this level, this is what's going to take you there. You just need to 4 times or 5 times or 10 times what you're doing over here to actually move into this phase. And the key to this is actually, we'll put that together as more sales. The key to this is really segmentation and scale. Okay, this is like a scaling exercise, like the underlying bridge underneath that is actually scaling and segmentation, really understanding who and where your clients are and what part of the journey are they on. Okay, so that's using the concept of scaling. You know, usually we're doing that through some form of advertising, like Facebook advertising, and also segmentation, you're really understanding where your clients are on the journey and making sure that you are crystal clear. All right, so they are the 3 funnels. And I like to keep things simple, because the more complicated we make this, the less likely you guys will ever implement it. All right, so I always want every business that we look at, I want them to have their client acquisition funnel, and I want them to have their monetization funnel. I'm only looking for advanced students, like people who think they can go to 100 grand. I want them to be looking at this 100 grand a month. Those people to be looking at extension funnels, because that is definitely a more advanced strategy in the scheme of things. So one other strategy, which I'll just add in here while I'm here, is if you've ever heard of the concept of a tripwire, okay, a tripwire or a trickwire, whatever you want to call it. You know, the tripwire is here because it's actually pretty special. All right, what it is if you can have, actually, I should draw it like this. It actually comes after the email. All right, so we get the email, and then we put a low-cost offering here in front of the client. And we really want, like, the way I look at it is if we can get 37 people coming through this opt-in, all right, and we're paying $1 per lead, all right, so that means that it's costing us $37 to bring these people through the opt-in. All right, can you see how I'm doing that, guys? Then once they come through and we have the email, then I really, if just in a pure numbers level, if I put a $37 product here and I get one person to buy that, then that will bring me another $37 in. Okay, so that means it's cost me $37 to bring these people in, but I've made $37, right? The addition of this tripwire actually makes this a break-even funnel, okay? And this becomes a very powerful chess piece in your, what you're doing. Because if you can make your front end basically neutral, cost neutral, meaning the cost of bringing new clients is offset by some small income. Remember, we're not making our millions here. We are not making profits. In fact, we just want to be neutral. We just want to make $0 a month and get clients. Okay, that's the goal of this first phase. All right. If you can get your head around this means we actually acquire clients for free. Okay. And that means that everything here on the back end is pure profit or cream, or however way you look at it. Pure profit and really cream is over here. I mean, look, that's really how it works, guys. Like, those are the things. If you can sort of get this working, this is like so key, this front piece. And like when I'm working with people, or even people are asking me questions about all this stuff, like people will say, they'll say, well, how do I fill these funnels, right? They'll say, well, how do I get people to these funnels? All right, guys, there's only a couple of ways, right? There's advertising, mostly on Facebook, but you can actually advertise on all of the platforms, so all of the social media platforms, so YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, all of that different stuff. You can do content marketing, which I personally don't mind. It's just that it's slow. And it's harder. There's a fine art to getting that working. You need to be a real attractive character to get that working. Whereas with the advertising, that's actually quicker. Yes, you have to pay, but it's actually, you get a quicker result, which is why I like it. So between the two of these things, this is really like the main ways. Now, there is also things like affiliate marketing that you can do to bring people into your business, affiliate marketing, and there's also SEO. Right, being the top of Google, being relevant in the Google engine's eyes. So having this is like where we get the traffic, and this is really where we get the conversion. I really want you guys to be clear on that. That's why these funnels work in combination with the traffic, because right now, if you don't have these funnels in place and you're sending people to a website and it's not converting, what's the point of that? Like, that's why everything's so hard if you're not converting that traffic. I think that's why most business models, find this stuff so hard, because they're over here with a website and they're saying, oh, well, let me just go and put some posts up on Facebook. And it's a strategy that will get you nowhere in the longer term. Okay. So if you're asking questions like, should I be on Facebook? You're really at the start of the journey. And I really want you to think about what it would take to learn how to get this stuff in place, because as soon as you get this in place, you actually have leads. And as soon as you get this in place, you actually have sales. And as soon as you put this in place, you can actually have the chance to scale to 100 grand a month, or whatever your income goals are. All right, so that's really the two keys, guys. There's the traffic coming in and the conversion coming in. Now, anyone who doesn't get this stuff to work, I guess the first thing is, who is this for? Well, really, it's actually for anyone who's running a services business, like providing a great service right now, whether that's an online service or an online service, you're doing online coaching or something like that, or offline services, right? That's like an offline business. Anyone who is running a worthy service, online or offline, needs to learn this stuff straight away, okay? It's costing you every week, every month not to know this stuff. And also, if you have a product, so you actually have an e-commerce product, some sort of product that's useful to people, then this is what you need to actually sell your products as well. This is how you acquire your customers. This is how you get them to buy from you using the sales funnel, and this is how you supercharge all those results. Network marketers, they can also do this, but out of all of the types, network marketers are the least likely to implement any of this stuff, because whatever it is, they're just sort of trained in that old school stuff like messaging and meetings and things like that. And it's hard. I haven't really seen that many network marketers really embrace this stuff, but I think I think it's good for them to be able to do that. And look, if you're a local business, that you really fit in under here, but I'll just put local businesses here. All right, so this is like answering the question of who is this for? Who is this for, guys? Who is this for? All right, so everyone needs, let's recap the funnels. Everyone needs a client acquisition funnel to bring them clients, customers, leads, and emails. Everyone needs a monetization funnel to bring them sales, or it's preferably as automated as basis as possible. And everyone needs, to grow from a starting point. And that's what the extension funnel allows us to do. Now, when people don't implement this, like I always say, people look at this and they go, that all seems really easy the way you've just explained it. And they think, well, I could do that. That people see this and they go, it's possible. Like if someone showed them how to use the tools maybe, or even learning the tools yourself, this is actually possible to put all of this in place. The three reasons I get when people don't put this in place is, first of all, they don't know how. Right, so they just literally, getting their heads around the tools and how to use the tools, the technical side of things, what to say, how to say it, even just confidence in being able to do this. That's the main reason why people don't put this stuff in place is they just don't know how. No one has shown them how or shown them in a way that they can understand. All right, that's the first reason. The second reason is time. People tell me all the time that they don't have enough time and that they want to find more time. And I find that as a really fuzzy logic sort of reason and excuse, because we all get the same amount of time every single week. I get 24 hours, Tony Robbins gets 24 hours. So we all get the same amount of time. The only difference is how we use it, okay? So I'd say for the majority of people that are out there, when no one's shown you how to use the tools and how to use them properly and what to say, then I'd say that that's actually costing you more time. It actually takes more time to spin around not knowing what to do on any given day than it does by saying, getting someone to show you exactly what steps to take and then just following those steps and then asking your questions once you're actually implementing them. That's actually a better use of your time. Now, with all of my clients, I always say to them, just spend 30 minutes to an hour a day on your business. So if you don't have 30 minutes to an hour a day on your business, and really you're just running a hobby, and whatever your results are, I can't, without work, you're not really going to get there. And then the last thing is cost. People say they don't have the money, and look, I really get that too. For years I was trying to get by on all the free stuff. Like I was on the bandwagon of watching free videos on YouTube and free stuff on Facebook, and I was just trying to really get away with all of those opt-ins and guides, and I just got so confused in the end. It wasn't till I actually invested in a coach and really sorted this stuff out that things really changed. So I'd say that for most of you, it's actually probably cheaper than you think. Like, to get the summit this implemented, like at least a good crack at these 3 funnels is probably going to cost you $1,000, right? And if you were actually getting more hand holding, it would probably cost you $5,000. There are masterminds out there that are charging 20 grand plus. Look, if you're a beginner, I don't recommend you start there. I recommend that you sort of get the basics of wheels of this machine in place. And then once you're starting to earn an income, take some of that and supercharge your growth from there, using your income to grow. All right. So when people say they don't have this money, I always say, well, it really just depends on how committed you are to actually solving this problem. I mean, with these types of funnels, you actually have, the chance of actually making money through these funnels. So if someone showed you how to make, say, $5,000 a month, for example, would it be worth investing $5,000 to learn how to do that? All right. Would it be worth investing that money? So whatever that is to you, I just say that that's sort of the price point. If you are working with someone who's doing a totally done for you funnel, like a funnel strategist, they're about 14 grand in the market right now for 8 weeks. So basically, this is what I recommend, guys, seriously. Start off here if you're earning under 10 grand per month. If you're earning 0 to 10 grand a month, then just start off with the basics. All right. There's nothing wrong with starting off with the basics. That way you get a good coverage of everything, you get it clear and understood, and then you can go from there. And then I'd say if you're sort of planning on that, that 20 grand sort of mark, then these are the scales that you need to go to. These are really, if you're planning on going to 100 grand per month sort of levels here. Okay. So that's really the scale. As I said, the reason why people don't get this started is they don't know how, they don't have the time, and they don't have the money. And ultimately, unless you change what you're doing, your current results will stay the same. Okay. Nothing will change. So either way, all of those things are just, in your own mind and heart where you stand with all of those things. So, whatever it is, just take a step at a time, work out what you want, and then work out how to get there. For most of you, putting in place a client acquisition funnel and a monetization funnel will change your business and life anyway. And I'll just end on this sort of quote that, like one of my webinars, we have the headline, how you're closer than you think, and it's giving up from gold. All right, I love this little image here of this guy, and he's actually cracking through to gold. Like that's him there. And it's from the book Think and Grow Rich. And he's here and he's about to sort of crack through the gold here. And then here he is like giving up, and he's just about to crack the gold. So I always say with all of this stuff in your business, like some of you might have, concluded that you can't get this to work. And it would have been from those reasons we talked about, like no one's shown you how to do it in a clear, concise, easy to understand method, or even you might have just been going at it for a while and put up some ads and nothing you've done so far has worked. So I just want you to know that you're closer than you realize. For most of you, you're just like one strategy away from actually cracking the gold in your business, and what's in your heart that you want to do and share with the world, and the impact that you want to make. Unless you learn how to get your online marketing in place, and you really know, I mean, it's just harder to make the impact that I know you guys want to make if you're anything like me. So that's all I wanted to cover today, guys. This is just a really quick video. It's just, I've been getting questions all week about this, and I just really wanted to clear that up with you guys now. If you guys have any questions at all, come and see me. I'm at sharneebennett.com, and we can put you through some of our free trainings and help you more. We've got some videos and also some programs if you want some more committed and determined help to get this in place quickly, particularly as we close out 2017. Okay, guys, have a great day, and I will talk to you all soon. Okay, peace out. Bye, guys.